Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of The Transplanted Country Girl. Thank you for coming back. If you are a new viewer, thank you for coming in and stopping to see us, and we're happy to have you here. Let's see. My name is Jenna, and this is Yarn Bestie Rhonda today, who I'm always talking about. I'm very excited she's here. It feels very wonderful to have somebody sitting next to me, because normally I'm talking to nobody. So right now I actually feel like I have a purpose. It's really hard to do this by yourself. Yeah. And then you have to constantly think about what you're going to say next before you say it. But with you here, I have a moment to pause.
Yeah.
But
I can fill in with interpretive dance if you need.
Please do.
I don't need to yet. You're still talking.
Maybe you do. Let me think.
Okay.
Okay, so would you like to tell everybody who you are and all about yourself?
Yes. She refers to me as Yarn Bestie. I'm Rhonda Humby. I met her through school. She was my oldest daughter's teacher 3 years ago. Yep. And then she is my younger daughter's teacher this year amidst the pandemic. But we became friends pretty soon after you started teaching Lucy. And I kind of just latched onto her ever since.
I think you need to tell that story, and then I'll tell it from my perspective.
That's funny. I'm so glad you say that, Jenna, because I brought evidence of how our friendship started. Yeah, you go ahead and clear your throat. She will tell you something about salami or sneakers or something.
There was no salami or sneakers involved?
Okay. Here's exactly how it started, because she introduced herself, and it was September 20th, 2017.
Was this about the Facebook post to start?
Yes.
Okay, tell the Facebook post and why I said something.
Well, that was the
Where
year.
we live, there is a mommy's page, and the mommies go crazy about everything in the district.
Nuts.
And when you are a teacher in the district and a mother in the district, it's very difficult. So
I don't think anything I said made it difficult on you as a teacher or anything.
She didn't. No, you didn't. But the mommies were going a little. They go a little crazy.
I thought this was my portion, and then you get to tell your portion.
Okay, go ahead.
Were the mommies going crazy? Is that what happened? Lucy's teacher went out sick after 3 days into the school year, and she was so excited. We handpicked this teacher. She had a bad experience in 4th grade, so I was like, I heard about this teacher team. We heard great things about Jenna and her team of teachers, the other 2 gentlemen she teaches with, and I handpicked them, and the principal was wonderful. He's like, yes, we want to give Lucy a great experience. And then 3 days in, her teacher had taken ill and was going to be out for the majority of the year.
So one of the mommies on before you said something about they heard that he was sick. In quotes. And that can be interpreted a lot of ways, especially when you're a teacher. And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And so I said something on the site that he was not sick.
Yeah, that was rude.
That he was
indeed
I don't
sick.
think I said that he had cancer at the time, because I don't think maybe I did. Whatever I wrote,
I don't think
sent
it was public
to
knowledge.
him. I sent it to him and I said, this is what somebody said, and I just want it to be very clear, and I'm going to respond. And so then you had afterwards posted.
So my oldest daughter is very, oh my goodness, she's all heart, and she had a really, really hard time. In those 3 days that she was with him, already attached, already thought he was fantastic, and she was just so disappointed, she'd been looking forward to it. So I expressed that, yes, I don't even remember what I said, something about her being sad, and she does have a lot of anxiety. Anyway, and her being a great person that she is, introduced herself to me. I'm not sure if you know me, I'm the CT teacher in Lucy's room. So this is indeed how it all started. September 20th.
This was me doing my job, not me.
But this had nothing to do with sneakers.
Latching on.
And I said I latched onto you, and I did. But and then if you look, the next post was 1 month later, and it was completely inappropriate.
By me?
By both of us. You could just tell in 1 month how fast our relationship got way too comfortable. It was no longer teacher-parent. It's okay, we're friends, you're stuck.
I think it stopped being teacher-parent. Let's see. I don't know. What was it?
Here it comes.
Lucy.
Here it comes.
Well, Lucy would be having a nervous breakdown because she forgot her gym sneakers. And I'd be like, okay, just let's call your mother.
Let's call your mother.
And then she forgot something when we were going on our field trip, and she sat with me on the field trip because I'm the fun one to sit with. She didn't want to sit with another kid on the bus. She wanted to sit with me.
That's true.
And so we called her dad. Okay, so then this
is
one,
how she manipulated and got all of our phone numbers.
Oh, That's how you got my phone number. Yeah.
You texted me.
Because of your daughter, not because I needed. I can't with you. Yeah. So then she texts me one day and is like, Lucy's going to lunch right now, and I just ate salami, and I packed salami for her, and it's bad, and you can't let her eat it. So I now have to stop eating my lunch,
she had to
run all the way down the hall into the cafeteria, and she's sitting with her friends, and I'm like, she's sensitive, so I didn't want to embarrass her, and I'm like, did you eat the salami yet? Yeah, it was seriously in slow motion. I'm like, and I could see she sort of didn't. And I'm like, did you eat the salami? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, your mom just sent me a text. Don't eat the salami.
Don't eat the salami.
So our joke is always that it's the salami that started this whole thing, which I guess it really wasn't, but
we bonded over rotten cured meat.
Yes, that's it.
And then we both kind of, she obviously had knitted for a long time before me, which I need to set the record straight. Like, I'm her yarn bestie, but she really is a knitter. And I'm kind of like, no, but I get that. But I'm like learning from you. Like, you are the one that finds the patterns and like teaches me everything I know. I'm kind of just following along behind you, but you are the real knitter here. I'm kind of like, for every one thing I make, she's made at least 5. And I'm not complaining because I love it. I love watching what she makes. I love learning. You know, I tell her she's almost like my pre-reader. You know, if I want to, before I read War and Peace, I'm not going to go read War and Peace. I'm going to ask someone who's read it, is it worth my time? So I have her make the pattern. Can you make this first and tell me what I need to know? Give me the cliff notes. And she'll say, oh, when you're in this section, be careful because I messed this up really bad. I'm like, oh, thanks.
It does make it fun when I'm knitting because then I'm like, oh, I have to remember to tell Rhonda that this part is going to be really tricky. Like, I knew that the beginning of this latest one was, like, funny. Like, something about it was just, there were times that it was funny.
I forgot that you said that, and I totally messed it up.
It's okay because I think I messed it up, too, so don't worry about it. It's fine. Our kids are playing outside in front of us, and we're watching them, like, as they play. So if you're wondering why our eyes keep gazing this way, at some point somebody will come in yelling, and we will have to pause this, I'm sure. It will be one of my children, by the way.
It's real life.
So.
I feel like I also need to say also. We joke around a lot, obviously. But you hear her talk about her favorite designers and how she was at Rhinebeck. And that'll be for another day when I tell you how adorable she was at Rhinebeck.
I ditched everyone who went running.
Oh, my goodness. And I have a picture of just the back of her, and she's holding, what was it? Probably your map or your spreadsheet.
No, it was my spreadsheet. I had to see where my map was, what building I was going to with my spreadsheet. This was very serious. I showed that to them, but not so many people watched my Rhinebeck recap. But if you want to see it.
With her backpack and her bags, and we're all like hoofing it behind her, like, who's got the kids? And she was just, it was so cute. But anyway, when you hear her talk about the designers that she couldn't wait to meet, like, she is my Caitlin Hunter. She is my Andrea Mowry. Like, I look at her like, oh, like, she doesn't give herself enough credit. So that's why I'm glad I can actually say here, she's amazing at what she does. She is a great knitter. She doesn't give herself enough credit, so.
Thank you.
That's probably the last time I'll be that nice, so.
Yeah, she won't be that nice again. Usually she's very mean.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Okay, so how did it start? The Swan Show? So the Swan Show.
The shift.
Oh, the very beginning? The very beginning. I was doing something on Pinterest. Did I find the night shift? I thought I did, but then you argued with me.
Oh, you definitely did. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I was still learning to knit and purl, and she pulls out this, you know, super intricate. I'm like, yeah, good luck on that. And she found all the yarn she wanted for it, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll make it too. And it took me 6 months, and she made it over Christmas break.
No, the second one was over Christmas break. Okay, so let me be clear. There's nothing about me, and if you've been watching, you know this. If I look at something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make that. I don't look at it and say, but I don't know how to do that. I will figure it out. If I see it and I like it, I have to make it. You are more like the War and Peace one that wants me to do it first, and then I tell you what to do.
I have to know the skill, like, because there's nothing to me more frustrating than getting up to something and not being able to go ahead. And I can watch the YouTube, and it doesn't help me. Like, I need to see it.
And I'm not that way. I can watch the YouTube, and I'm
you're
like,
a teacher.
oh,
like,
I get it.
Your brain thinks different than I.
It does. But honestly, I think I'm such a good special ed teacher, or maybe not such a good, but I
understand.
understand.
Do you want me to pat you on the back?
No, listen to what I'm saying, because I say this every day at work, because they always make fun of me.
Yeah.
I know how my people think.
Yes.
So I'm good at, like, let me figure this out and let me see where, you know, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I always say at work to everybody, I know where the problem is going to fall because I know how my kids think. I know where you're going to have the problem because I know you well enough now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's going to be tricky right here.
That's a skill. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my people. I feel really short next to you, and we're the same height.
No, I'm 5'2".
5'2".
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were 5'4".
And 3/4, but we don't. I think that's gone now.
Do you know I said 5 foot for years and years and years. My license said 5 foot. Everything said 5 foot.
And you weren't.
And I went to the doctor, and she's like, "Okay, 5'2". I'm like, 5'2".
You're 2 inches
I
taller than I
grew.
thought. So I saw the night shift, and we're
Yeah.
always sending each other pictures. I'm like, I think we should make this, and she did the whole like, yeah, okay. But we did, and that's where it
Yeah, we
started.
did.
And then I started looking through all these Andrew Maurer patterns, and I'm like,
Yeah, you got hooked.
I have to make every single thing that this woman has ever designed ever.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done pretty well too.
You have done very well.
I
with
obsess
knocking
with
things
her.
off your list.
I just like her aesthetic.
I know you
like
do.
what she does.
And you like the way she writes patterns too.
I do. You find them a little more confusing than I do, right?
I do. And
that's
Caitlin
okay.
Hunter as well. Love her designs. I just feel like she writes it to like people like you who are a little bit more experienced, whereas I might have to research like, what does that mean? What does that phrase mean? A lot is implied, I think. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Both beautiful designs and designers, by the way.
So that's how that started. And then I don't know, maybe I was watching the Rhinebeck sweater video and I saw a million Swonchos, and then I was like, oh, I have to make that. That was really the first successful sweater I ever made. And then after I made mine, you wanted to make one too.
Oh.
And I said to you, I think it's a good first-ish sweater. I mean, maybe not with color work, but you had already done color work, so you were okay at that point.
Color work was fine. That was going to be my first with short rows. So I bought all the yarn. I bought.
Oh, that's right. You did a first one.
I did, and it's actually. So I bought all the yarn, which was DK Swish from Knit Picks. I don't know what it's called. Swish.
I think it's Swish.
just
That's what my
DK
mother's
Swish.
using on her shawl
And it's
right now.
really nice, good
It
yarn.
is.
And I started it, and I couldn't master the short rows, and I said, forget it. I will wait until, and like instead of figuring out how to do it, I said I will wait until I know how to do it. So I waited a year, and instead I used the yarn to make just a little shift. What's it called? Just the shift.
The shift.
Yeah. So
Which I think I'm going to make another one, by the way. Did I tell you that?
You did. Yes. So yeah, again, it takes a good long time. I think with the knits and the slips, it's just kind of tedious.
I don't love
not
the
perfect.
slips and the knits, but I love how it
pattern.
looks.
I know, and the I cord.
the doing it. It's like
This I cord though.
I do. I love it. I know.
This I cord alone took me
took forever.
like
Yes.
6.5 hours.
And you said you didn't think the I cord is bad, and you like I cords, and I was like, I think I hate them.
Yeah.
I love how they look, but I think I hate doing them.
Yeah, and now I'm remembering. I did one row inside out, but it's fine.
Yeah, but nobody would know that unless you pointed it out, which is another thing that I'm constantly driving home to her and to my mother.
And to yourself.
I told you, I'm in a not perfect phase. I don't care. Self-love. It's beautiful. Nobody knows the difference.
You literally just pointed out some Wi-Fi box over there because you thought I was going to ask about it.
There is a cord coming out of the wall in my living room when we moved
cares
the
about
couch.
the cord?
I just wanted to tell you what the cord was. We are also sitting in front of a window, and let me tell you something. It is about 180
I was
right
gonna
here.
say, I'm
my
feeling
armpits
a little
are sweating.
moist. Put them away. Nobody
My
needs
armpits
to
are sweating.
Thank you.
Oh, I should tell you. I forgot to say that it's 77 out right now.
That's not true.
It's because we're north.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say it was 89 in Brockport.
We're way north of her, and she doesn't grasp this, even though I've told her 50 times. We live really close to the lake, so the lake breeze keeps it like 10 degrees colder this time of year.
Yeah.
Are you laughing at our kids who are upside down?
They're mouthing something to me, but it doesn't look like an SOS, so they're good.
I think they're okay. Okay, so go on.
Swanchos.
Swancho.
Oh, you want to see my Swancho?
Yes, so she decided to make her Swancho. Oh, wait, so is this the yarn from your, that was the yarn for your original? That's
This
what
was
you're
the
saying?
yarn for my original, and I'm actually glad I didn't use it because I think the texture would have been a little bit too soft for it. Like the wool
Keep talking, I'm going to blast the air. Go ahead.
Okay, the wool that I used, the yarn that I used is wool of the Andes, and it was a lot more, what would you call that, textured, so that it didn't slip as much. Sheepy.
I call it
Definitely not the word I was looking
more
for.
farmy. It
Does smell farmy though.
It's a. Would you say it does or doesn't?
It does smell farmy.
It's definitely more
love
like
it.
of a rough.
Is it so pretty?
It is so.
Honestly,
you are our knit outfit of the day, so you might as well just flash that thing. Move over a little so they can see. You can put it on, but it's a little.
Can
warm
I?
in here.
Well, it is about 280 degrees. This is the first project I've ever done where I can't say, oops, this part of the pattern I messed up. Like, it's not perfect. I didn't go down a needle size up here, and I can see why people do, even though you did say your neck was a little bit.
No, I wish I didn't.
Well, that was the first thing when I tried it on. My very honest daughter said, oh, the top looks stretched out. And she's right. Yeah.
It's tight.
But
like,
mine's real loose.
But when I put mine on, it's like, which I don't care. You know, I always have a scarf on, but mine is really tight.
I did say when I wear this in the winter, I would wear like a little turtleneck under there, and I think it'll make it okay.
Because it's itchy?
No, because it's so stretched out. Like, I think it'll kind of fill in that gap of the space.
Okay.
But anyway, I saw this color scheme on, I don't know, it was one of the finished projects.
Because we obsess and we have to like look at everybody's
I have
before
to.
I did the same thing. I looked at like 1,000 of them before I picked my colors.
Is the best part of a project not picking out your colors? Like, that's the best part, and getting the yarn in. Come back.
I kind of feel the same way about vacation. My husband is like,
Where
what?
are you going with that?
I love to plan the vacation and plan everything that we're doing and get everything situated. And then when we're on our way, I have like major anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm the same, like I want to research this. I want to figure out the yarn I'm going to use.
Yeah.
I want to see how everybody did it. I want to read all of the notes because I have to see where it's going to be trickier, the questions people have. Like, I love the setup for things.
I always have a lot of color regret. Like, when I'm halfway through a project, I'm like, I'm not liking how these look together. This one,
No, you loved that.
This one I loved. And
You
I
loved
even
that.
threw in an extra little turquoise that it didn't call for in the example that I was following. And I kind of love it. It was just an
Love
extra
it.
pop. So yeah, I'm very excited. Oh, this reminds me of Charlie Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it a shirt?
It totally is.
Anyway.
So it is called a Swoncho. So when my husband saw this, he said, what did he say? Why is it so gigantic?
So
or
nobody
something?
can figure it out.
Well,
I'm
when
like,
you don't
think
have
of
it
a poncho.
on.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, think of a that's why it's called a Swoncho, because it's a sweater
Look
poncho.
how stretched out my sleeves are too.
Yeah, but that's all right. And I followed the directions with my sleeves, and they are short.
You know what? I also rolled mine up, and I wonder if I stretched them out. But it's fine.
The Swonch.
Yeah.
I did make a mistake on mine. I guess I should say that this is my first really successful sweater, but I did make a mistake on mine, which I don't care. You can clearly see it. It's right there. But
Oh.
at the time, I didn't know.
That's not terrible.
Well, and my hair covers it because I have so much hair.
You do.
So there you go. That is my Swoncho. I really don't remember the yarn. I know we were talking about this the other day. I know I used Uncommon Thread and Life in the Long Grass. Well, you said what yours was.
Yeah, and I've since grown, and I have nothing against knit picks, but I'm finding you can tell the difference between yours and mine in the quality. Like, I just like it has a smoother appearance, and I think it does make a difference what type of yarn you use, especially for this color work projects. Would you agree or no?
I just love yours. I think the colors are really pretty, so I don't see what you're seeing.
Like, I don't feel like it lays as smoothly, and yours looks more finished. Mine kind of puckery. I don't know. I guess we're always the most critical of our own work.
Yes.
I love it. I'm not complaining. I absolutely love it.
Yep. So those
and
are
I
our
do believe
Swatch.
I will get a lot of, sorry to interrupt, a lot of wear
Always
out
do.
of it.
It's fine. I
Yeah.
don't mind. And she
Yeah.
folds things backwards compared to me. We've already had this discussion. I like take it and fold to the right with the right hand.
I fold the left sleeve.
She's
in.
like
You're
my
right.
husband. That's opposite. But maybe I'm opposite, but that's how I fold. When you do your closet, do you make everything facing like do you do this or do you do this?
That.
So I split mine in half. I don't know why.
God bless her husband is all I have to say.
Oh, I know. He's a saint.
He is.
He is so easy to
He's
get
a good
along
man.
with.
He's a good man. And
Okay.
mine is also, by the way.
Your
love my
husband is really
He's
a
a good
saint.
man. He's a good
So I'll show another Caitlin Hunter, and then you can jump in with another one.
please.
Just because I've never shown this one. I know this was everybody's last year. This is my Soldotna. I think this was my first day of school sweater this year, and I think I
yeah.
put a long
I
sleeve
just
shirt under
love
it.
that.
It's cropped. Excuse my outfit. It's a crop sweater, and I actually made it. I think I made it like 2 or 3 inches. I think I'm.
Are those the
backwards.
original colors?
No,
You picked those colors?
I picked these
It's
colors.
such an interesting mix. I never would have picked it.
I
But
went
it
to
just
the,
goes.
I went to the store and I was like, I want my yellow that I love with the pink, and the gray looked really good. At the time, that was Yarn Culture, but Dawn helped.
yeah.
She's now the one I've
Lethbridge.
told you. She's Lethbridge now, but she helped me pick out. She threw in, I think how many colors are here? I think she put the blue and the gray in. I don't remember exactly.
It's
She
really
was helping
pretty.
me though.
It's really pretty. I like it.
And I love it. And then I think she said I inspired her to make hers. And then I think she
Oh,
made hers too.
right.
The only thing that now I see I would do differently with the Swoncho. Yep.
Soldotna.
Soldotna. It has cap sleeves. And right now I might be carrying a little extra weight, which is fine because we're doing self-love. And it's fine, except I'm not like comfortable. So when I wear it, I do wear a collared shirt underneath it with long sleeves, and I wear a long shirt, but it looks really cute.
It does. It really looks cute on you. I would have to make it at least a foot longer because I'm funny about length.
Oh, look with the sun. You really can't see it.
gracious.
Look, you can't
There it
see
is.
it. It has little pink and yellow
Oh, yeah.
stitches.
It's really cute.
Listen, we got to do the best we can with our light. We do
Sure.
look kind of dark right now.
Well,
We're
we
dark.
are we Sicilian? I am.
I'm 100%.
Sicilian?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
With what?
Show your next object.
My moon sisters. I know she's shown both of her moon sisters.
I did bring them in case they needed.
So this was a
color
Warren
reference.
piece. This was a real Warren piece for me. She made it seem so easy, and she wears it all the time. Matter of fact, we went to you can kind of see the green and brown there.
I know. It's our lighting is changing.
Our lighting is changing.
She made me go in front of the window. It's her fault.
I know.
Should we move up or back? Hold on.
Okay, we adjusted light. I don't know if you can see. It's like green. Oh. Trust me when I say it's like a jade green and brown. But this was a Warren piece, as I was saying.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I know. We have
She.
bad
Oh,
lighting.
look, pull it over by you. Nope, still no. That's okay.
Well, when you
Oh. And not only did she make it seem easy, but then I would like wear hers. We went to fireworks last year, and I wore yours
you
because I
did
got
wear
really
mine.
cold, and I was like, oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. She's like, you could totally make it. Well, yeah, you can make it, but this beast took me so
I warned
long.
you that it took a long time. I think it took me. Okay.
No,
so
it's
here's
fingering
reference.
held together. It'll go so fast.
Here's reference. This took me 4 days. Okay. That took me, I think, a month.
And
I
it
told
took
you
me,
it took
slow as
forever.
molasses, years.
She keeps saying it's fingering weight. Okay, it is not fingering weight. It is 2 strands of fingering held
Literally
together.
just said
So
that.
it's DK. And you still just said it the other day. It's fingering weight. I'm like, but no,
I would like
it's
to
not.
point out how long the last row is. It's what is it? The wingspan, like 7 feet. And I'm not going to lie, I cut out a section.
But
I
I'm
was
glad you
so
cut out
over
a
it.
section
I am
because
too. It needed
my
to happen.
original is very big. And you were like,
It's
no,
an
you're going to
Afghan.
yell at me and say I
It's
have to
an
finish the whole
Afghan
thing.
made
but-
out of fingering
Hold
weight.
on.
Yeah,
I mean, that is gigantic with all the actual colors.
it really is.
I know there's sun in it. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's gigantic. So, I mean, you can't even get the wingspan. You can't even get it.
No, you
And
can't.
so I said to her, because at one point she's like, I'm not going to finish it. I'm like, just do it
Yeah.
and shut your mouth.
Yeah, she
just
did
do
say
it.
that.
I said, you're going to be happy when it's over. And you
I
were.
almost quit on it a couple times. How many texts did you get from me saying, I hate this and I hate Moon Sisters. I can't believe you made me start it. And she's like, stick with it. This is why it's called slow fashion.
Do you know how many
And she's
times
right.
I've said that to her? About
And
1,000.
Do you know how many times I've worn this? So many.
I know.
And that's
it's
like
so
in the spring.
cozy.
It is, and it's really squishy. So the yarn, which is what you knitters talk about.
You
Oh, no.
knitters, but you're not a knitter?
I mean, I'm not in your
I
realm.
always get itchy nose.
Kids are coming.
Well, we will pause when they come.
This is all from Yarn Culture, and I could only find one of the tags. This is one of them, but this is rosy green wool. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I have some.
Oh, and then that was, I believe, the brown, and then the and then the green had alpaca and silk in it, so it made it extra really nice. So yeah.
And did I say to you, you're going to be so happy when it's done because you're going to love it and it's worth it? And was I right?
Yeah, you were right.
That's all that
And
really
I
matters.
originally thought like this jade and this brown together are gonna look really funny, but I love it. I really do.
No, they look really pretty. I love it.
Okay, good.
Okay, it's great. I already showed you
I'll
guys.
never make it again, and any triangle shawl gives me like PTSD now. So it's true.
Everything I showed her the Boneyard, which the Stephen West one, and
It's
I
a
said,
moon
this
sister.
takes 2 seconds. It's the fastest thing ever.
It's a moon
moon sister. I'm like, no, it's not. You're going to love it. You've already seen this
It's a
one.
trap.
But I cut out the repeat
I
in
love
that
that one, and I do love it with the bigger yarn.
Yes, which I've already
Do you
told
think
them.
if we steam our tassels, if they'll lay straighter?
Probably.
I've wondered that. I don't want to. I don't
Well,
want to
yours
iron.
don't- This one doesn't at
silk.
all.
Yeah, I blocked it for sure, but you know you can't get all those strings to lay
No
completely
way.
flat.
Okay, go ahead. What's next?
What's next? Okay, so I know she's talked about Rhinebeck. What was it called? The Perfect Blend?
Yep, Perfect Blend yarn and t-shirt.
She and I went in, yes, and it was the cutest store with the knits on. You put the pictures in there, I remember.
I did.
Of like someone knit stuff right into the fence. Just the whole feel of it was really cute.
And they were so nice.
Oh my goodness, they were nice.
So nice when we went
That
in.
was when someone recognized you for your Swoncho. Yeah, Andrea Mowry.
No, oh yeah, I mean, that would be the day.
Someday people are going to be stopping you and being like, didn't you design, or I'm wearing your, oh, can you name one of your designs after me?
I am not designing anything. She's like, oh, you're fine. You can what was the thing that you said the other day? You weren't going to podcast either. And I'm like, I'm not a yarn designer. That's not fun.
She has to get it in her very thick skull when she's going to do something.
I'm not that good. Not even going to lie.
What would you do if one of your students just said that to you?
But I'm not.
You would throw in a yet.
I totally would throw in a yet. That's exactly what I would do. I know. You're not that good yet.
Being one of your students. Okay, anyway, so when we went in this adorable store, there was a wall of all of this yarn, which I had never heard of at the time, quince. And now we're like...
Because I wanted to make something. And I said to you, we're going to that store because I want to... We're going to that store because I want to see Quince & Co. Is it Quince & Co. or Quince & Company?
Company.
But is it... It just says Co.
It stands for...
It doesn't matter. They didn't have the weight that I needed, but it didn't matter because the store was awesome. We were so happy we went in. And then this was on the wall, and it was that... Okay, they had it knit up on the wall in this, right? We saw it, and I'm like, you have to make this.
She did. She said that, and I'm not impulsive at all like her. So this... Amazing. Okay, I messed up the pattern completely, and it doesn't matter. This, by far, is something I've worn more than anything else. Yeah, I totally messed up the cables. The pattern is not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be all the cables right in a row. I don't care. I love it.
Is this part right?
Probably.
Like, was it supposed to go up and then down and then up?
Nope. It was supposed to go up, up.
Yeah, but that was your first cable thing ever.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Nobody knows when you're wearing it. That looks exactly how it's supposed to look.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't care. I wear it all the time. And I was worried. Okay. I was worried because it's like really woolly that it would be itchy. And the first day it took a little getting used to, and now, ooh, it smells like my perfume.
Is it patchouli?
No, it's not patchouli. It's like sandalwood or something. And now I just wear it with everything. It looks weird like this, but
no, I think it's cute.
Like with a little cardigan, I love it. And I went on to make one for my Aunt Dina, and my Grammy has requested one also. I have the yarn. It's coming, Grammy.
I promise, Grammy. It's coming, Grammy. But she
now,
made this, and I was dying. First of all, the yarn was hanging, and I'm like, you have to get this. And it's, I had my spreadsheet, so I did not have money allocated for that, so I couldn't get it. I'm like, you have to get this, you have to make it. And she's like, okay.
And it came in one of the twists. What do you call them?
Like a
skeins?
Skein.
Okay. And so she needed to wind it for me. So she had like her hands on it first, and she's like, this yarn. And then it was just a joy. I loved knitting it.
What is it? Kestrel? What one is? Oh, no, Kestrel's the fingering.
Osprey.
Oh, Osprey, that's right.
They're all named after
amazing.
Birds.
Oh, they don't know why that's such a great thing. Why don't you tell them? And I can insert a pic here.
You can?
Yes.
Of Dougie? I rescued a pigeon when he fell out of his nest last September 12th.
She knows the date.
I know the date. And he was supposed to be released to the wilds, but he ended up imprinting on me and me on him. So the day or weekend he was supposed to be picked up by an actual pigeon rescuer who has pigeons in cages.
Why?
I was sobbing, and I was taking all of our last photos together and everything, and she said, you know what, I don't think I should come and get your pigeon. I'm like, really? She goes, no, yeah, he pretty much, if you're this attached to him, he's that attached to you, and he's really one of my best friends, so. I love him, Dougie. He's such a good bird. He's actually not. He's a really bad bird, but I love him.
I love her. I don't love birds.
I don't even love birds. I love
good.
things that need me. That's what I've learned about myself. He needed me, and I just fell head over heels. He's such a good bird. He's a bad bird. Anyway,
I'm allergic to her house, okay? So, because they have what are your pets? Why don't you do that rundown real quick?
We have 3 dogs, 2 rescues, 1 pit bull, 1 beagle, and then 1 that we paid money for, we say. We got him when our oldest was 5 months old, so he's grown up with her. He's 12. And then Dougie Pidge, and then we have a skinny pig, which is like a guinea pig without any hair. They're different little species. And then we just got 6 chickens. You know what? Life is short. Rescue the animals. Get the animals. Buy the pets.
I can't rescue the animals. I can't breathe.
She goes into anaphylactic shock at my house. Like
when
she
I
has
have to fix her
premeditate.
knitting, I was so bad. I had like a woogie eye 2 weeks ago.
Hitch.
It was
turned
so
into
bad.
Hitch.
I did. My eye was sealed shut just from fixing her knitting. So
as she's doing my knitting, she's like doing all these noises. I'm like, oh my goodness, stop! It's not worth it.
It was really bad. I was stomping my foot at one point because something was in my eye so bad, and I could not get it to come out. It was really bad. It was funny.
But that's what you do for fun. That was a good time.
That's true. We do. My
I'm sure
husband
your
was
husband
like, "You were so mean after that." I'm like, I couldn't breathe. I wheezed for like days. It's fine. We're fine.
We really are opposites in every way.
We have nothing in common. I tell her this all the time. How we are how we are friends, I do not know.
We bring it up so often, though, don't we? Like, how are we even friends?
I say it. You're always like, I can tell you why because of this. I'm like, yeah, none of those things really count. We have nothing in common.
Zero. Are the kids still outside? I can't see them.
No, they were behind us.
Oh, okay.
She is like very religious, not religious, spiritual, but it's religious. She goes to church twice on Sunday and on Wednesday. I mean, I would burn if I went in the church, okay? I swear like a truck driver. I don't know how I do this and how I teach all day without swearing. Yeah. She won't even ever say a bad word. I've gotten better.
Yeah, she has.
I'm doing so much better. Instead of saying dumb whatever the other day, I said dumb butt.
That's my new thing. Dumb I ever heard you say. I'm like, did you just say dumb butt? Like, what is that?
I'm trying to be
Your phone was probably correcting it.
It probably was. It was like, oh, that's not what you meant to say.
Let us help you.
Okay, go ahead. Next. Sorry.
Oh, next. Okay, so I can take this off. This really was one of my most favorite projects. It is from Martina Behm, Behm, and I can't remember the name of it. Oh,
I'll put it.
It's like big. I think it's called like Big and Fabulous Cowl or something.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay,
we have it in our shared Ravelry. Oh, it might be big. So we do have a shared Ravelry. Well, she just sort of jumped on mine, and I'm like, well, you might as well. But so now we probably shouldn't say that we buy patterns and share them. That's probably
we don't do that.
Good. We don't. We would
with
never
the amount
do
of patterns we buy. I think it's okay.
I mean, I think that I have fed Andrea Mowry's family for like a month, just her alone.
They've dedicated a wing in their house to you.
Yes, this is the Jenna wing.
The Jenna wing.
But when I met her, she was nice, and that's all I cared about. She was really nice, and she's way taller than me.
Yeah, I really liked Caddy Jacks.
Very nice.
I loved them. You had a moment with her.
I did.
Yeah, that was sweet. Nice. She's so sweet.
And my other two girls.
The Country Coop or
Cocktail Hour at the Coop.
There it is.
So nice. So nice.
It was a fun day. Perfect weather. It might happen today.
Perfect weather today?
No, it might happen this year.
We do have perfect weather today, though.
No, but I was talking about Rhinebeck.
Let's see if it happens.
So the Felix sweater that she said we were making together.
Okay, let's not do this. We got the yarn together. We were going to start it together.
And
I really finish the Swonch.
I am totally fine with it because I get about 15 minutes a day to knit, and that's all she does is knit. She doesn't have a job or anything. Like, she just sits over there and knits.
I don't have a job at all.
At all.
I can right now knit while I'm doing my job.
I think you're bragging.
That is not bragging. And my job right now is to answer my students when they need me, so I have to be in my chair.
I wish you could see how shockingly pink this is. That just
They
looks...
saw it. I showed them in the last podcast. I can always insert the picture again.
Yeah, you have to.
It is
this
neon.
Does nothing
it's like
to it.
highlighter pink.
It is highlighter pink.
It glows.
And
you can see that in the dark, I think.
Yeah, I love it so much. And I'm doing the little raglan increases. No problem doing them, picking them up.
We ripped this out twice.
I thought it was 3, but yeah, you're probably
maybe
right.
3.
I ripped it out once before I don't know.
I ripped it out twice
Regardless, myself. It's beyond that point, and now we're smooth sailing.
I told her this has to be her Rhinebeck sweater because people are going to run up to her and be like,
it looks
what is
there,
this
but
yarn?
No.
It is obnoxious pink in the best way possible.
I love it.
Like, this is what you need to wear when you go to Disney because if you get lost, your family can find you.
True.
We'll tell the yarn even though they already know if they watched before.
We are knitters petite wool. And it is a little fluffy. I'm getting used to it, though.
It's really warm, though.
My only concern is that it's going to pill up. Do you think it will?
Probably, but we're going to find out. You're doing your short sleeve, though.
Yes.
But I told her it's really, really hot. We keep getting emails. It's really hot. So I said, I don't know if but you'll wear short sleeves in the winter. You do not have the Jenna freezing syndrome.
No.
So you're okay.
When I was growing up, our house was set at 62.
That's this house.
Yes, but I feel like it's insulated better or something. I don't know.
Well, this
our
is
house
an addition.
Was cold, right? And I just got used to it. I acclimated.
Not me.
My mom would say, "Put on slippers. Put on
a sweater."
That's my mother. Sweater.
Put on a sweater, Jenna. Okay,
used to it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the end of my whips and my foes.
that you brought with you.
That I brought with me.
What
are you working on now?
So much better to have somebody here with you.
Oh, did you do your crochet project?
Okay, so I crocheted the whole, no, I knit the whole thing, and I crocheted the borders on the edge. I don't know what happened. It just got really wide. And at first my mom's like, oh, it's really wide. And I didn't notice it because when I had started it, it wasn't wide. It was what it was supposed to be. But then when you wrap it around you, it's okay. But I think one of the things that looks good on it is that the pockets are like the right size.
Oh.
But the pockets aren't the right size when it's too wide. Well, that's because I finished the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I made one pocket to put on, but it ended up being too small, so I have to rip it out. And my mother just keeps saying, just finish it and give it to me, which I will. I love your mother. It's like I know.
Oh my goodness. She needs to guest speak or whatever.
Oh, she's coming. Don't worry.
I just love to look at her.
She said she's bringing the comedy.
Oh, she is. Her laugh is to die for. She's so amazing. I love her. I just look at her and I start laughing because there's something about her.
And when she laughs, it makes you laugh because something about her laugh is just funny.
She's the kindest, sweetest, most lovely woman. I just love her.
Well, I mean, let's not get carried away.
I love her.
No, she is. She's wonderful. She is also knitting. She is hysterical as a knitter. She comes over just about every other day with a mistake that I need to fix. And she won't learn. She's like, no, you'll just do it. Okay, Mom. Yeah. So she said, just finish it and I'll wear it, which I will, but now I'm like bored with it and I don't want to touch it anymore. I'm tired of it.
So you don't even have it?
No, it's over there. I'm not pulling it out. Oh, it's boring me. But I have started.
What have you started?
The Golden Hour. I just started it yesterday. Andrew Mowry Golden Hour shawl. I know, I don't think I told you I was doing this, but it was on the podcast.
You must have told your other yarn bestie.
That doesn't exist.
Oh, I like that.
So it is really, oh yarn, come with me. I love the pattern so far. It has some
You and that yellow.
You
and that yellow.
I love it.
Is it all the, oh, I know what that is.
So it has some speckles in this section. I loved this with the holes, the yarn over. So it was a yarn over with a knit two together pattern.
That's a Moon Sister. I can see it. Isn't it?
What do you equate with Moon Sisters when there's sections in a triangle shawl?
Yeah.
Okay, triangle shawl is my very favorite thing to make.
It is?
Yes, I will make them all. I love them.
Is that the same as a crescent shawl?
Nope. The crescent one is like it's rounded. So it's like a half circle.
Okay.
This is more like a triangle. It is a triangle.
I would love to see what that's going to turn out to look like.
Well,
is it just two colors?
Nope, it's three. Oh, I thought I did show. And you totally watch, and I know you do because Lucy always.
Oh, I did because I really like that color. Oh, you can't put it in the sun and see if it changes. You can see it better.
Oh, you can see it. So it's teal.
Yes,
it's
I really
like teal.
like that.
And what yarn did I say this was? It's Kettle One yarn.
I'd have never heard of it.
I got a gift certificate. Oh, so you can't see my gray now. Now it's just white.
It's okay.
There
it is.
You can kind of see the gray. Well, these two colors come out right.
What weight is this? DK?
Sport.
Sport.
That's what it called for.
And Sport is skinnier than DK.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's it. That's what I started. I started it yesterday. And she's beautiful. I can
it really is.
I can put a picture in of what it's going to look like, but that's as far as I got. And I do have to pay attention, so I wasn't able to like knit on it. I can like watch TV and knit. I sort of wasn't able to do that.
Get in the groove. It looks a little mohairy.
It is a little, and it's a little rougher than I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. I'm so used to it.
Cocoa knits. They're so cute.
I know. And I matched them to my project. They're blue and you can't see. They're blue and yellow.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, you have all the different colors. Why wouldn't you? On my, back to me. On my Felix, my little knitting friend here, Jen, gave me a set. Oh, there they go. Of stitch markers. That are stitch markers. And they just look so cute. They're all different, like, bright colors, and they just match. It's not going to work. It just matches the color, and it makes me happy. So.
Do you know who makes the stitch markers of stitch markers?
These here? No.
Oh.
Do you?
No, I was going to put it in there.
I thought it was a quiz.
Oh, no quiz today, folks.
I'll take stitch markers for 200, Jenna. No, we don't know.
I don't know. But I did like those when I was unknitting your thing. I'm like, oh, these are kind of heavy. I like this.
Which time?
Yeah, one of the 2 times.
How many times a day do you drop a stitch marker and not, can't find it? I knit in bed.
Sometimes.
It's every single day. I have to get up, look,
So here's one thing about these cocoa nets. They're triangular.
Oh, so they don't roll?
They don't roll. You see it sticking up right there, and there's the other one. And you can stick your needle in there and pull it over. It just makes it easier. Like when I use a circular one, when I move them with my hand.
I see. Oh, actually, yeah.
But when it's a triangle, I was like, let me try these. And then you just stick it in and pull it over.
And I use zings. Are these, yeah, well, they're all metal, but still, you don't even have to move and whoop, they go right off the edge.
Well, one thing I have to say about this pattern for some reason, or I don't think it's the pattern, I think it's the yarn, it is like slipping off my needles really bad.
Do you think I'm going to make that?
I will show you the picture and you can let me know. You're certainly capable. Even though you never think you are. Okay.
I am loving the Felix, though. You were right. It's fun to knit.
And it's fast. Like, you have a lot done.
I think once I'm done with the increases there, I think it's just going to be, right? Just stockinette until you can
then it's just
I had a dream last night. I forgot to split for sleeves, and I finished the entire thing, and it had nothing. Isn't that funny? The things we dream about.
I know, strange things. I had a dream the other night that my husband was making $8,000 extra a month. Nobody knows why. I don't know why. $8,000 extra. I was happy. I know, it was very weird. So I said to him, are you making $8,000 extra? He's like, I wish. That would be great.
It'd be nice. I had a very realistic dream. This is probably too much information. Last night, that there was a jellyfish on a pole at the end of my bed. So I had to get out. You know my night terrors that I literally like hallucinate. Like it's so real I could see it. So I got out of bed. I would go, and I was annoyed that it was there. I'm like, come on. A jellyfish on a pole?
Yeah. Only you.
Okay.
So you told them your first daughter's name. What is your second daughter's name?
Lucy and Teddy.
Full names?
Lucille Madeline Tritley and Theodora M.
E-M-M-E.
E-M-M-E. We have 2 girls. We knew we weren't going to have any more. So my husband is Matthew, and not that I would ever do Matthew Jr., no offense to you. Like, I just...
because my son is a junior? I didn't have a choice. That was my husband's idea. But it's okay. I don't care.
That's fine.
I love it. That's how I met, I fell in love with my husband's name first.
Great. There's just so many fun names to pick, and reusing one for me was like, it's like yarn colors.
But Matthew's a Bible name.
It is a Bible name. It means gift from God. And Theodora means gift from God. So we tied that in. But anyway, so we just spelled out the letter of his name, M, E-M-M-E. So
how did I not know that's what it was?
You did, because I've told you.
You like 50 times, but how did I not like retain that? I wonder if all other women in the world do not have a memory once they have now had their children. Like my memory is done. I can't, it doesn't work. I can remember everything from before.
Can you? Oh, so you have long-term memory. Yeah.
I do. It's like...
I remember my phone number when I was in first grade, but...
544-4081. I
had a 544.
Because we were both from the same town. We were from the same town, but didn't know each
parallel
other.
lives.
Well, without,
We really did. The same town, the same age. What else? We both have...
Our husbands went to the same... They lived in a different town, and they went to the same school.
I was thinking of something else.
I wonder if I should close the curtain while you think.
We're both Italian. Wait, there was something else that I was just thinking of.
And a best friend joke that I say all the time. See, now we're sort of dark. It's okay. This is my living room, by the way.
Isn't it gorgeous?
We put an addition on the house.
I said, now they'll get to see how beautiful your ceilings are.
Oh, they can't see the chandelier, though. That's a fun part. Hold on, I'll move you up. See my chandelier up there? The antlers. They're not real. People always say, are they real? No, they're not. But they're fancy still.
But, like, what are the chances that 2 girls from Irondequoit, we're 3 weeks apart in age, would both move out to the same school district? Like, we're raising our kids around the same time. We both had loss of a parent. We bonded over that. I don't mean
the first year I had your daughter. That's what happened. My father had just died.
In that first message you sent me on Facebook, you referenced it.
I'm sure I did. I wanted you to think I was such a nice person. I was coming at her like a parent. Like a teacher to a parent, not like I am normally. So I have to be professional.
My girl's experience in that classroom that we've now got to have twice. Keep laughing.
Once with corona, once with cancer. Oh my goodness. It's disaster every time we have our kids.
I think we're the common denominator.
You're the jinx.
Was by far the best classroom experience ever. We've loved all of our teachers in the school district. We've loved all years, but this one was just... Yeah.
It's not me. My teammates are a great time. They make it fun. They'll make fun of me because I have no sense of humor and I am very serious.
Why do you say that? Yes, you do.
I don't have as good of a sense of humor as they do.
You're just quirky.
I'm more serious. I'm very sensitive and I take things very personally. Yeah. And it's fine. I know that I'm that way.
Yeah, you acknowledge it.
I created a little human that's exactly like me and I'm like, please don't be like me.
I did too.
You did.
It's funny. It's funny seeing it in your children, like your own insecurities, but when you see it in someone else, you're like, whoa, I made that.
And then I feel like, oh, that's not a great quality of mine that you've now inherited. Like, my one son is very sensitive. He takes things very seriously, and he will never forgive. I'm the same. Like, I know that that's one of the things I'm meant to learn on this planet. I am meant to learn how to forgive, and I'm not good at it. Once you have wronged me, I'm like, you have wronged me.
Do you want me to test
That's
you?
the Italian
Do you want me
in
to
us.
do something really
No,
bad
because
too?
I won't be able to forgive you, and then I don't have anybody to talk knitting with.
Oh, man.
Sure, now you can wrong me because I'm done with your kids in school.
That's all I was to you.
No, that's all I was to you. Then she had a direct line into school if she was having a panic attack. Like if we're on a lockdown, she's like, is everything okay up there?
Yeah.
Yep, your kid's right in front of me. We're fine.
Yeah. And then I strategically made the in-between year. So Lucy had her, and then my kids are 2 years apart. So in the in-between year,
She strategically placed her in the classroom next to mine.
The fourth grade teacher next to her. I'd be like, can you go check on her? She had a rough morning. Hang on. Or I forgot to feed her breakfast.
Do you have any breakfast in there? Yep, I sure do. Will she eat granola? She's like, she doesn't care. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, Yarn Bestie will be on much more often.
I will?
Well, it's much more fun to have somebody to talk to.
It is. But I'm just on your coattails. Like, this is your show. It's true. Like, you are the driving force. I'm
not changing the name of the show.
Transplanted village girl?
I don't live in the village.
I do.
I can't be around all those people.
Yeah, no.
I never wanted to move to the middle of nowhere, but I'm so happy that we do now. We live way out here.
Yeah. I think
She's the one that should live in the middle of nowhere with all those animals.
Yeah.
She would have like a barn full of 10 million things. It would be bad.
Goodness.
Your husband would want to kill you. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank
I'm sure
you for
she'll be back
having me.
a billion times. And that's it. Everybody
Can't
have
wait.
a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.